The story kicks off inside a buzzing classroom, but one student couldn't care less. Our protagonist sits in silence, tuning out the background noise of gossip and laughter around him, that is, until the door swings open. In strolls a guy oozing arrogance, flashing a smug grin like he owns the place up. His entry is met with cheers, and a curious girl playfully asks about his monthly sales. With a cocky smirk, he announces a jaw-dropping figure, 48 million 1 plus 1. The crowd gasps. Some joke about throwing a party. He agrees, promising top-shelf Perignon for everyone. But the mood shifts. With no warning, he marches over to Park, our protagonist, and violently smashes his head into the desk. Cold and aggressive, he warns Park to pay up next time, and just to be clear, he does it again. Park doesn't react. He clenches his jaw and swallows the pain. Classmates tell the bully to knock it off before he gets into trouble, but he scoffs. In his world, teachers are corrupt and a little bribe erases everything, so he keeps going, pummeling Park without consequence. But Park's expression starts to change. There's fury in his eyes, and that's where this all begins. Because 2 years ago, Park wasn't just another student. He stood alone against a feared high school gang called Nexus. He fought the leader, Cheon-Soo Kim, in a battle that shocked the nation. But after the smoke cleared, things spiraled. Nexus's lackeys twisted the truth and filed false charges against him. With rigged evidence stacked high, Park lost the case. His father gave up everything, including his beloved gym, just to cover the settlement. Park made a silent vow that day. He'd never throw another punch. His father forgave him, told him not to cry, but the damage was done. Park had learned the hard way. In this world, money talks. Without it, you're nothing. On his way home, Park's past catches up with him. 3 thugs recognize his face. One, a bald brute built like a tank, steps in his path. Without provocation, he drags Park into an alley and starts throwing punches. He mocks Park, calling him a fraud. Someone like him challenging Nexus? Laughable. Despite the blows, Park stays still. He doesn't fight back, but when the thug mentions his father, Park grabs his leg and shoots a terrifying glare. It freezes the guy in his tracks, but Park lets go and apologizes. The bullies are shaken. One even questions why his body stopped moving. That stare. It did something to him. The brute doesn't learn. He grabs a plank of wood and smashes it across Park's face again and again. Until he's satisfied. Just as the gang prepares to leave, a new figure emerges from the shadows. This stranger has been watching. He asks Park if he's planning to just eat that beating and walk away. He knows Park is broke, so with a sly grin, he throws down a fat stack of cash. Enough for a solid legal team, but that's not what he wants. Instead, he offers something else. Vengeance. He tells Park to handle it his way. 3 minutes is all he'll need, or less. Park, intrigued, asks who this guy even is. The man reveals his motive. He wants to ruin Cheon-Soo Kim's life. But before he says more, he tells Park to take care of the audience first. The bald thug notices the money and returns for more. He doesn't realize what's coming. With just one punch, Park knocks him out cold. His goons stand frozen as Park, eyes burning, says, 4 seconds. That's all I need. Park charges, no longer holding back. In just a few crushing blows, he levels all of them. They're done. His revenge is swift. And now, it's time to talk. Later, high above the city in a sleek penthouse, the stranger reveals his identity. He's Junwoo Oh, the youngest self-made tycoon in the country. Famous, wealthy, and clearly proud of it. He tells Park about Cheon-Soo's current life. To the world, Cheon-Soo is now a model student, a rising star in Korea's gaming scene, a walking PR stunt. But Junwoo knows the truth. Behind the scenes, Cheon-Soo still runs illegal operations in the shadows. Meanwhile, Park, the one who stood up to him, is left to rot like a nobody. Junwoo could destroy him with money. But that's not enough. He wants to do it slow and dirty, and not just bring him down, but drag him through the mud first. Cheon-Soo and every piece of trash around him, he wants them all shattered. From this day forward, Junwoo makes a bold promise. Every expense Park faces, every step toward revenge, or even peace, will be fully covered. Whether it's tracking down scumbags or rebuilding his father's lost gym, Junwoo's got it handled. All he asks in return? Park's fists. Park narrows his eyes and asks the obvious. Why is Junwoo so hell-bent on ruining Cheon-Soo? But Junwoo's smile fades. He avoids the question, saying it's not important right now. The truth, he assures, will reveal itself in time. The next morning, Park walks to school with a new kind of confidence. The weight of debt, guilt, and weakness? Gone. Inside the classroom, the same old scene plays out. Nexus's petty henchmen throwing their weight around. Their leader, Mogul, struts like a wannabe king, shouting at the class to drop $300 on his latest brand drop. But this time, Park's not ignoring it. Junwoo's first order is simple. Wipe out the Nexus pawns still crawling through his school, and Park's ready to get started. As Mogul mocks his classmates and checks their order histories, Park steps up. Calmly, he asks a question. Is money really everything in this world? Then comes the punch. One clean blow, and Mogul is launched backward. The classroom falls silent. Park admits something out loud for the first time. Money does control everything. That's what makes it dangerous. That's what makes it real. Mogul flashes back to the first time he saw Park fight. Back then, he was fearless, until he watched Park turn savage. He wasn't fighting like a student, he fought like a monster. But then Park got crushed. Cheon-su buried him in lawsuits and left him in ruins. That's when Mogul found his own answer. Money is power. He built an online business, bullied students into buying his garbage, and climbed to the top while Park stayed silent. But here now that illusion shatters. Park doesn't give Mogul a chance to recover. Hit after hit, blow after blow. Mogul's down again. The classroom watches in stunned silence. Humiliated, Mogul tries to speak up, only to be silenced by Park's stare. The kind of stare that says you're already finished. Desperate, Mogul calls out to his friend, a chubby classmate who simply looks away, too scared to move. Panic sets in. Mogul whips out his phone to record threatening legal action, but Park doesn't flinch. He keeps kicking him, ignoring the cries, the threats, the fear. Bloody and broken, Mogul stumbles out the door and bolts, trying to run for his life. Park calmly follows. Mogul, sweating and limping, remembers someone who might help. He rushes into a nearby gym and throws himself at Si-young's feet, begging for protection. Si-young, a hulking beast of muscle, listens. He's willing, but only for a price. 2 million won. Mogul agrees without hesitation. Si-young apologizes to Park, admitting he needs the money for college. But before he can lift a finger, Park pulls out his own wad of cash and places it on the table. Don't hurt yourself, he says calmly. Si-young takes the offer, backs off immediately, and lets Park through. Mogul screams in disbelief, but it's too late. Park grabs him and flings him straight out the window. The beaten bully crashes right in front of a teacher. The stunned old man immediately recognizes Park and starts shouting. Soon both of them are dragged into the teacher's office. This time, there's no leniency. The teacher brings up Park's past, the lawsuit, the suspension, his father's sacrifice, and makes one thing clear. If Park slips up again, he's gone for good. Mogul grins smugly, thinking he's won, until Park lands a devastating punch that knocks the grin right off his face. The teacher tries to intervene, but Park doesn't stop until the room falls silent once again. Just then, another man walks in. Calm, well-dressed, and definitely out of place in a high school. He introduces himself as Byung-won Kim, a lawyer from the prestigious KR firm. The teacher freezes, he recognizes the name. And now he understands. Later, at Junwoo's skyscraper, Park demands to know how this all happened. The teacher who had been yelling just moments ago was suddenly begging for mercy. Mogul was expelled on the spot. What exactly did Junwoo pull? Junwoo just laughs. The principal's been crawling around like a rat lately. It was easy to trap him. He reveals he's not done yet. The principal is just another piece on the board. He'll be used to send Mogul to juvie. After that, Junwoo plans to put him behind bars, too. He leans forward and asks Park if he's feeling any better. But Park is still cold, still quiet. Junwoo realizes there's no thank you coming. Not yet, maybe never. So instead, he thanks Park. Across town, Mogul lies broken. His humiliation burns deeper than any bruise. And in that rage, he swears vengeance.